we're here again with our very special guest, Gabriel Estevao. Today we're going to talk about something that a lot of people want to know about. He spent many years inside of that secret closed system run by evil angels, and there are many methods and ways that they use to accomplish their goals, right? And today we're going to dive deeper into.
And we have another group that is a specific group too, that they call the spirit of war or spirit of conflict. This angel, this group of angel, they are a specialist to create a war. Okay, to create a war, a conflict between member families, friends, or communities or societies, a nation, between a nation, another nation. There are this specific group like to create a conflict, even economic conflict, like to create problems.
Right, so these are the spirits of war.
Okay, they like to create
conflict. Wow.
And the problems. They like to do that. We explain more in front. Another group that they called the melancholic group. Spirit of melancholics. This spirit of melancholic of the specific is a particular is a more powerful and dangerous angels that exist in this world.
So they're more powerful than the other groups.
Okay, this group is a powerful, but is too much dangerous. Some of them, Jesus or God, stop not use whole power because they can destroy the whole people in the world.
Wow.
But some of them like to create diseases, like to create pandemics, like to create a lot of methods to kill people in different ways.
Methods.
Okay, like to create a method to kill people.
Wow.
Like, for example, the pandemic in 2019.
Right.
Remember that COVID-19.
Right.
Okay, the people know about that one.
Of course, yes.
Okay, someone from this group in contact with agent. When I say agent, I'm talking about the person that is a spiritual channel.
Okay.
Okay, spiritual channel of demons.
So there's some people, like you said in our last interview, that are channels. They're being used by the demons.
Okay.
So you're saying that somebody who was an agent of a demon or a channel was used to create the COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay, to kill people. The objective only to kill people.
Really?
Okay, to kill people. This group of angels is like to create disease, pandemics, and a lot of form to kill people.
Wow.
Okay, and then in this world I know, and I wrote in the book. That is, one day we will translate it in English. That
yes, one day. We hope. We can't wait for that, man.
Okay, we pray that this will be a reality. I talking about that I was there. I saw a lot of laboratory, a secret laboratory in this world, and a lot of countries in our world that no anyone, that a normal person can see that laboratory. Only people in that site. Only members, a secret member
of the society.
Of the society. That society only. But not all, but some only for the different eye levels.
So you're saying that there's some secret laboratories that exist on the earth, and only people that are in the highest levels of these secret societies
need to see that.
Only them can see those laboratories or are allowed to see those laboratories.
Okay,
wow.
That is the things. But about the second group of angels that work in the conflict, I'm talking about the things that we can see all the time in our reality, like Russia and Ukraine. The Russia and Ukraine this time, do you know why that war? There are a secret society behind. Okay,
Wow.
that they want to implement, okay, one rules or to make people fair. But the objective for the war is sacrifice of people.
Really?
Okay, sacrifice of people. Number of people that they want to kill them.
So you're saying the war between Russia and Ukraine?
Yes, that is a part. It's a player for that side. It's a player.
Wow. So it's a game for them,
Yeah, it's a game for them.
and they use it to just sacrifice people.
Yes, this group, if they want to make a one order in the world, the one whole in the world, the one command to put something in the world, they need to create a problem. If a country, they need to make a problem for that country. If economic problem, political problem, disease or pandemic for that place, they wanted to create a problem. They use three important methods that they use. Okay, the first one is to create a problem. They would like to create a problem. When create a big problem or small problem, they want to that people, or they want to implement some rules or some law.
Wow. So whenever there's a problem that they love to create problems so that they themselves can use the problem to implement a law or some rule.
The thing that they want to do. Like they like to create a problem. After create a problem, they use specialists, okay, doctors, to explain about some supposition, okay, some supposition of the solution, some solution that they want to bring, the solution. The people will explain everywhere about the solution. After that, they will hear the reaction of the people. They need to see the reaction of the people.
The reaction.
Okay, the reaction of the people, from the people. And people will see that explanation, we talk, okay, good. If you accept that solution, they will implement. The third one is implementation of that things that they want. Even economic, even political, and everywhere that they want to do, because they have power. But this group is danger. But the first one to answer this question on the first group, the spiritual things, the spiritual friends.
Okay. So when it comes to the state of the dead, are they immortal? Are we immortal, and when we die, we continue? The answer is no.
Yes.
The answer is there are the spirits of friends, evil angels or demons, that act as if they are people that have died, to continue that deception that when you die, you don't really die, right? And then you say there's another group of angels who are the spirits of war, and they create war between countries, war between nations, war between families.
Yeah.
And they like to create this war between friends.
Yeah.
And they love to do this because it creates a problem. It creates a problem that they can now come with the solution for, right? Which means, and then there's the other group, the group of the melancholy group, you say, or the group of oppressors, right?
Yes.
And they like to create diseases. And they like to work in laboratories.
Okay, there are more dangerous groups in this.
So that's the most dangerous group.
Okay, the most dangerous. Some of them, a lot of them, God, stop it, don't work, don't use their power. because they are very dangerous.
So some of them are prohibited from using their power.
Don't use your power. Don't do anything because they are most dangerous.
Wow.
But some of them, they like to create disease in pandemic and secret laboratory.
So then,
the pandemic from 2019 or COVID-19, you can see that is a false reality. And another pandemic or disease that they create in the last time, another time, and they want to create in future more to kill more people. Only the objective is to kill people. Why they like to kill people? If someone died without confession, they sin. They are sin to Jesus or to God, meaning they will die with his sin or their sin. If they died with their sins, one day will resurrect with their sins, and they will die with their sin. But if someone died this time and before died confessed their sin to Jesus, meaning this sin one day when God will come, the sin will transfer to the Satan and his angels.
Okay.
And they don't want to suffer more, because more people confess their sins,
more suffering
for them. They don't want to do that. And they know that the time is coming for them to die. The eternal fire that the Bible said is for angels. God prepared that fire only for angels. God prepared that fire, eternal fire, only for angels, for evil angels.
Right.
And the whole evil angels know about that, and even the agent on that side, they know about that. I'm talking about the eye people. They know that one day we will die. Even the angel, one day they will die. But they don't want to die alone, and they like to use the myths and the liars to lie people. If you die, no, you not die. You can't die because you are immortal. You are immortal. Who told that you will die? No death. You can't believe in death, because if no death, meaning you don't need to believe in God. Because if no death, you will die, but you will live.
You go somewhere else, right?
Okay, if you die now, you will live another way. Why? Okay, why I will believe in God? Why I need to be connected? Why I need to connect with God? I don't need about this thing. Meaning, Jesus died in vain. Meaning, if I'm immortal, I don't need live from. I don't need the sacrifice from God, from Jesus.
Right.
I don't need that life because I'm immortal.
So basically, what you're saying is that, they want you to believe that you're immortal. You nothing will happen when you die. You'll just be something else.
Okay.
And if people believe that, then really Jesus would have died for nothing, because he died to save humanity. He died so that humanity will live again, right? But if they believe that you can't live again, if you believe that you won't die for real, then there was no reason for Jesus to die.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. The secret agent in that side, they know. I'm talking about the higher people, higher level.
The highest levels of Satanism.
They know. Because if I knew this thing from there, that people that had the same level or more than me, meaning they know this thing. And they need to lie the people that doesn't know that knowledge. doesn't have that knowledge. They need to use a myth, a lie, all the time. Even a lot of pastors principle in the religion that's called Christian religion. In Christian religion, there are a lot of pastors that like to make a pact with the spirit to receive power.
Wow.
Okay, to do everything that miracle, a lot of people, a lot of things in the church. Power from why? Power from the spirits. Okay, not power from God. Not all, but a lot of them.
So you're saying not all of them, but a lot of pastors.
Okay.
They make deals with the demons.
Yes.
To have special powers.
Yeah.
Right? To deceive people. Right? And also to become very famous.
Yeah.
Right? Interesting.
Weak. Okay. Mind is the will to make decision. You need to make decision from here. God created the true system for worship Him. He's the only God. Okay? The only God. This system, they said, where? In the mind and where? At the hand. Hand meaning, when you are working, when you are go to work, you need to think in what? In God.
Right.
You need to work to glorify what? Your God. Even your work, you need to worship God. There's only one God. In your mind, you need to put God in the first place. Okay? You need to worship Him. But the mark of the beast, according to chapter 13 of Revelation, they said is the opposite of this. Okay, is the opposite of this system. And when John, he's a Jew, wrote that, and then his mind, I can imagine, his mind was this thing, this system. That one day God showed him that one day will appear one system, okay, will become opposite with what? With this system that God created. And will make all people obligatory to worship that what? That
the false
system of worship.
Wow.
To worship what? The spirits. To worship what? The Lucifer and his angels. Okay. And then will be one system. The system that they said there is two systems in that chapter. The system of politics, okay, politician system, and the religion system will be together. You can see that two beasts.
Right.
Okay.
So that civil system.
Okay, civil system.
And the religious system will come together. So basically church and state will come together.
Okay. That system only because they worship. Okay, adoration. Okay, not a person, not a person, is a system. Okay, Papa system and the politician system. Don't say the person, that is a system. Okay? First system of adoration that the secret member created. And the demons created that system. That people worship one day. One day, this day is coming. They are created this opportunity. Reason why, if you listen the new world wording, okay, or new air, that people that came to say new air, new world, meaning to kill people, okay, to create disease, to create a pandemic, to create war, to what? To kill people. And then these two powers, okay, we say we can call powers, is the religion power and the civil power. They want to fight and to become one. Okay, and to become one, they need to kill a lot of people. Okay, that if you have a few people in the world, meaning it's nice to control them.
So they want
to. It will be easy to control them. Okay. A lot of people is difficulty, but a few people you will be easy to control them. Reason why new era movement, they come to what? To kill people, to create a problem, to create a war, to create disease. How to kill people to become easy.
So so the way you're answering this question, it goes back to the way you answer the other questions. They have these different groups of angels that do different things.
Yeah.
But it all has to do with them creating in the human heart opposition to God.
Yeah.
Right? Because like you just read in Deuteronomy, God wanted that the people of Israel, they put the law in their hearts.
Okay.
And they put it on their hands and in their frontlets of their minds, which means they always thought about it, they always did it with their hands. They put it on the doorpost so that their kids would learn it, they would always talk about it with their kids. And this mark of the beast system,
they wanted to do the same.
They want to do the same thing, but the opposite.
Okay.
So it's not what God tells them to do, but rather what Satan tells them to do.
Okay.
That's what the mark of the beast is. It's something that's opposed to God.
Okay, opposed of the worship system that God created. Okay.
It's in direct opposition to the worship that God created.
Okay.
So his law is now not something that they want you to follow.
Okay.
They want you to follow their law.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Not something that a lot of people say that is something that they will put here in the hand, or we put here in the front. But they no, this not is the system.
The system.
Okay, mind, front meaning mind, to make a decision. From here you need to make your decision. Okay, here meaning work. Okay, force.
This is what you use and you do that law.
Okay, you need to put faith in your mind. God faith in your mind. That said, you need to love what? God for all your what? Your mind, your heart, and all your soul. Okay, and then the heart, you put God first. Before everything, you need to put God first, even the work. God can be your first thing. But this system want to be opposite. They want to put their sin where? In the heart, in the front, that God want to put their what? Character. Okay. You need to be like Jesus, like God. But they say, no, you need to be like what? Like a demon. You need to work with what? With a demon.
Work like a demon.
Okay, that things.
Wow.
It's the mark of the beast. It's the first system of worship.
For false system of worship. False.
Reason why they said, the Bible said that all people, this powerful system will have a lot of power that will obligate the whole people to worship them, to worship this system, to worship demons, okay, to worship what? Satan and the angels, and the people that are around the system. If those people that know or don't want to follow or to obey this war, we what?
Kill them.
Okay, kill them. Or no sell and no buy anything. In this life, we need to buy and need to what?
To sell.
To sell. Do you understand? No sell, no buy. Where are you going? You need to believe, you need to trust, you need to trust only in what?
In God.
Yeah, this is the system.
This is
system. The mark of the beast. And they are fighting. Until this moment, they are fighting. that system, they are fighting to kill a lot of people. They are working in this time. They are working to make this old from the Constitution, whole Constitution, especially for your country, America. America is the powerful country in the world. That they are working demons. They are working the president and the president of the president behind. In the front of people, you can see that they are enemy. But behind, they are fighting for one purpose. They are fighting for one purpose, the same purpose. Because the same demon can what? Can command in them. Each president, who command them is the Satan in demons.
So you're saying that there could be one president that seems like he's against another president.
Okay.
But behind them, behind closed doors, in secret, they're working together.
Okay.
They're on the same side.
They're working together for one purpose.
And even as different presidents come up, they may seem like they don't like that other president.
Okay.
But they're also working together in secret.
Yes. This one can die, but he died like a martyr, a Martin. Okay. Can die like a Martin. Because they are working for one purpose. It's like the opposite, but behind, not opposite. They are friends.
Okay.
They are working the same goal, the same objective. Okay.
So they're on both sides.
Yeah.
Hegelian dialectic. Right.
Very soon, we will see a lot of things will happen. They unite the world. They want this new world. They want to unite the people, to unite this whole world to become only one country, or 10 countries only. Why? Because they want to control the people in the world. They want to make the rules, and then some of them you can say, oh, you can think from your mind now. You are free, but this free not meaning you are free, not free, not the freedom. It's more than freedom. More than freedom meaning you are not free. Because in the freedom there's a limit.
Right.
Like in America, if you are in America, you have freedom. Okay, you have a freedom, but your freedom have limit. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Your freedom have limit. You need to respect your neighbor.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Your limit, your freedom will finish to your neighbor freedom too. Okay. It's the same like that. God is God. God create his system, but he put a limit. But Satan, his agent, they wanted to put the same system opposite. Okay.
Wow. So everything he does, he just wants to have the opposite of that.
Yes.
He doesn't create anything new.
Yeah. The mark of the beast is a system.
A system of
worship.
So whereas some people think it's a chip, some people think it's a mark, it's a physical tattoo.
No.
Really what it is it's a false system of worship.
Yes.
That the people of Satanism and the evil angels are working to implement.
Yes.
Right? And so, it seems to me that if that's the case, we should become familiar with what the right system of worship is, right? What is the right system of worship? So that when that mark of the beast comes, we can say, oh wow, that's the false system. Okay. Right?
Okay. We read about the Deuteronomy chapter 6.
Deuteronomy.
Okay, whole chapter 6. They tell us about the true worship. Okay, the true worship from the God. God created this true system for the human being. Love, he said, O Israel. This is the God. You need to love your God for all you want, all your heart, all mind. Heart, the Bible says heart, meaning mind. All your mind, whole your soul, whole your for everything that you have, you need to love God first. God create his system, and his system you can find a rules. Okay, law. The moral law. Moral law that he created.
Right.
This moral law and this worship, this system of worship, God created the law that you can find the 10 Commandments. On the Bible you can find in the 10 Commandments in the Bible. Exodus. Exodus chapter 20, you can find this commandment.
Right.
And even the Deuteronomy chapter 4, somewhere
in
Okay.
Deuteronomy.
Okay, you can find the same commandment. Okay, for that Moses reminded to the people.
Of Israel.
Okay,
Right.
of Israel. But that's all not for that people. This God gave to that people to represent all people in the world. Okay, that rules, that law, moral law from God is for us.
Right.
Okay, even the eye people on that side, they know that law is from God and it's true. Okay, that law you can find the 10 Commandments. That is the moral. The first 4 commandments is to love God for your heart. Okay, if you love God, you don't need to have another goddess, because you have God as your word, your God,
As your God.
only your
Right.
God.
Your master.
Okay, your master. You don't need to have another idol or another guide,
Right.
another God. And then if you love God as your creator, your father, and your savior, you love them, you love him, meaning you don't need to create an image. Okay, to worship that image.
Right.
Because
right.
you have God.
You have God. You
Okay,
don't.
the
You don't
God-
need something in between you and God.
Okay,
Right. Right.
because you love him. If you love him, you need to obey the law, his law. Okay, why? If you love God, you need to respect him. Respect him, the third commandment from him. Okay, respect him. If you respect him, you don't need to talk his name and like a kid, like something else.
Right. Right.
Okay, you need to respect him, to have a fear from him, meaning the third commandment. If you love God, you need to remember who created the world. If who created the world, he said, "Son, you need to worship me. If you need to worship me, I remind you, in the day that I create, I give you to what? To rest. Okay? I give you one day that to rest. You need to rest. But rest in what? In my day.
Right.
That I give you as a sign to remind that I'm your creator. If I'm your creator, you need to rest and worship me in the day that I created. The day that he created, you can find in Genesis, okay, Genesis chapter 2, verse 1 to 3. You can find the truth there. Which day that God want for whole people, keep that day. And to keep that day, remind that God created the world. And God created me. Okay, he gave me the life that I have now. And I need to worship him. If I love him, I need to obey. Okay, this commandment not from Israel, not for Israel, for humanity.
It's for humanity.
Okay, and this commandment not in the future, not indicate God, Jesus in the future when we cry, we die in the cross. No, this commandment remind us in the past time, not the future time. It's the past time. Where? In Genesis. And will be where? In the future, when God will create another heaven in another land. You can find this in the prophet Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 20, 22 and 23. You can find this thing, that one day in the future, God will say it. This will become a sign of redemption too. Because when Jesus died in the sixth day, and he rested in the Sabbath day too. He make this day as a day of redemption. We need to rest in this day, like I rested in my what? In my death.
So it seems like what you're saying is that there is this false system of worship that they want to implement.
Okay.
And the greatest mark that you're following, the mark of the beast.
Okay.
The greatest sign that you're following that false system of worship.
Okay, they create another law. Looks like
the Creator's
God.
law.
Okay, but it's different.
It's a different law.
Okay, and the sixth commandment from the law, last six is love your neighbor like you love you.
Right.
Okay, if you love me, you can't. Okay, if you love me, you need to obey your dad. You need to obey your parent. Okay, because you love your parent.
So it seems like what you're saying is that, this false system of worship has a sign, this mark of the beast. There's something that stands out that makes you know that you're either following the false system of worship or you're following the true God.
Okay.
And it has to do with a day of worship, you're saying.
Yes.
Whereas there are those that will keep the seventh day Sabbath holy as a sign that they serve the God of the universe who created everything. That there are some that will follow this false system of worship and will follow another day.
Okay, this is the things. This is history. And here 321 707 of Mesh, that the emperor created the law, because that time people worship God and keep
the Sabbath.
The Sabbath is the day from God. But from this time, the emperor implemented the law that all people need to worship not the true God, but worship the Son God. And the Son, because we call, and you're American, the first day you call what? Sunday. Do you know what meaning Sunday? Sunday, day of the sun. Okay, day of the sun. Okay, worship sun or worship another God. People keeping this day to obey the law from the man, and this man is the agent from where? From the spirits.
Wow.
That they created this day. I'm so sorry for that people, but I'm talking about the angel, the people. I knew this thing before I became a Christian. Okay, I knew this thing because before I became a Christian.
So you're saying you learned this when you were on the other side?
Okay, on that side.
They taught you, the spirits themselves.
Okay,
they taught you about how they used that day.
Okay.
To receive worship.
Yeah. They know, even the people that are on that side, the eye people, on the eye level, they know this thing. It's not new. It's not news for them. They know. Okay? They know. But you don't need to teach. Okay? Even the fathers that is in that church, they know this knowledge.
Yeah.
They know, but the people that side, they said, you don't need to teach the people. You don't need to tell the people, because you will die, or someone from your family will die.
Oh, so they threatened.
Okay, you don't need to teach
side.
the truth.
Wow.
You teach the lying thing in this system. That is true. This is the mark of the best. Okay. It's a false system of worship. Only about worship. Who you worship God or worship this first system. Yeah, that is will be the great conflict.
And it's signified by which day you keep holy. So if you choose to keep that day Sunday holy at that time when it becomes a great conflict, then you would have been choosing to serve Satan.
The freedom that all people have this moment, this freedom will disappear one day. Because this system will get this freedom. And then we put all people to obey by force.
To obey by force.
Okay, to obey by force. If you want or not, you will obey this law. Every day you can see, day by day, they are making the first day as a holy day. The rest that for family. You can see in the first day how even your country, America, you can see that on Sunday a lot of shops can close. Why? Because people want to be in family or to go to church. But in the day that God created, God created the last day, that the seventh day. The seventh day, not from Jew people, no, it's from Adam and Eve. When God created this day, they have only Adam and Eve. And God created and gave to Adam and Eve. No Jew there, no Moses there. Even Abraham wasn't there. Only Adam and what?
And Eve.
And this day remind that God is our creator. And God is our Father. And our life, the life that we have is from that God. And we need to worship this God in that day. Sabbath is the past, not the future. Not to represent any Jesus. No. It's the past time. And remind us in the future. Remind us too in the redemption. It's a sign of creation and the sign of what? Redemption. And will be day that we will keep in the future. When God will create another heaven and another what? Another land.
I like what you said there. You said right now we have the freedom.
Yes.
To do what we
apparently we have freedom.
We have freedom, right?
Okay.
But there's coming a time when, just like the mark of the beast is taken from Revelation 13, right? There's coming a time when people will be forced, to keep one day over another day. They'll be forced to take the mark in their hands or in their forehead. Right? And if not, they won't be able to buy or sell. And after a while, they will be killed if they refuse to follow that system. Friends, I just want to encourage you. These things sound startling. These things sound outlandish. But these things are the truth. The Bible speaks about it. Someone who grew up on the other side of the fence, someone who grew up inside of Satanism, is saying it. It is true. One day there will come a time when those that rule this world will try to force the people in it to follow their law and to cast aside the law of God. What will you do? One day it's coming and you'll remember that we said this, and you'll remember that it sounded weird, it sounded strange, but it was true. We must remember God created the heavens and the earth. He's the only one that is worthy of worship. He's the one that sanctified the seventh day to keep it holy. When that day comes, will you stand? Though it may be hard, though it may put in jeopardy your life, though it may put in jeopardy your health or your wealth, will you stand for the one and true only God? We have more to come with our brother Gabriel. Much more to come. Actually, this next part is my favorite part, and I hope you'll be there to watch it also and to listen to it.